the think tank initiative, and which was the mission. We believed that as primary actors of providing evidence for good public policy, they needed to be supported. We needed to create a critical threshold of think tanks globally, particularly in the southern countries, the developing countries, such that collectively they are able to inform with good quality evidence the public policies, as well as go beyond producing research and inform and work with the policymakers to try and increase the possibility of uptake of research in public policy making. Think tank initiative is born out of this belief.
Dear friends and colleagues, I would like to welcome you to the 7th South Asian Regional Meeting of the Think Tank Initiative.
In order to maintain relevance, independence and sustainability in an ever-changing environment, I think think tanks will have to come up with new innovative ideas to address national, global challenges.
I would like to leave as a very central message to all think tanks is to remember that all being relevant as policy creators of ideas for policy means that you do have a broader constituency to which you must always reach out. Obviously, the government of the day, which is making policy, is an important constituency, but you have a wider responsibility to society at large.
The role of think tanks is very important, and I think we are all convinced about that. Now the next step is to convince domestic philanthropies, to convince policymakers that think tanks play a very crucial role in South Asia, in policy change.
I think we really want to see your organization, as well as all the organizations in the Think Tank Initiative, to be ones that are positioned to be resilient to the kinds of changes and pressures that think tanks have faced and will continue to face in the future.
The current world is about network, and this TTI meeting creates this opportunity to network within the think tanks with the South Asian network.
We need to build on our capacity that we have gathered and also now that we are stronger in terms of institute, in terms itself, and also in terms of a family of TTIs. And we need to grow further, and we now have confidence, we have the credibility, and we should build on that. There is no reason why we should stop now that we are stronger.
The way I see it, the only way we can move forward is by having a cross-border networking and coordination among existing think tanks, the 14 South Asian think tanks, that can work on areas of mutual interest.
The organizations, those who are connected with TTI, will help to use their lessons and their capacities to go forward with this transformation process, and they will use those towards achieving sustainable development.
TTI is a group of like 14 organizations of South Asia and 5 countries. So we have lots of experience, and we learn from each other so much during this time. So we can use this knowledge in future too.
Yeah, and I think research is important because it gives voice to people who are voiceless and the marginalized people and those who have no political say. So we can bring their issues forward to the policymakers, and we can ensure that people are not left behind, and that we are doing something for them, and we can create a positive change in the world.
Yeah, so as speaker of this generation, we want to be the next thought leaders. And this think tank initiative and the network provides us a platform through which we can contribute to the betterment and the improvement of the life of others.
We have already gained, we have already made connections with through this TTI, during the TTI period. So I think it's also like qualitatively, I think it's a move that we can make to create more impact, not solely depending on the availability of funding. So we should move beyond the availability of funding, I think.
As you know, this TTI has already left us a lot of organizations who are able to work collectively. So what this connection, we need to use this for our betterment of the society, betterment of the state. Well, we have some cross-border issues, and these cross-border issues cannot be addressed individually, state individually. So we need to do some research that can bring some real results collaboratively across the border.
As a newcomer from Myanmar, with TTI support is very important, not just only for the improvement of the research quality and also the improvement of the institutional development, but also important in delivering service to the community, also for the development of the countries.
Our efforts will be towards being relevant and producing quality outputs in terms of research, in terms of outreach as well.
I think in continuation, because this is ending now, this regional partnerships have developed a sense of collaboration, in a sense that Southern Voice Initiative was part of this TTI meetings, and I think it's already started, but it has a long way to go, and I hope it will continue.
Like an orchestra, where you see different people playing different instruments, but playing one single music. So we have branded a community of South Asian think tank.